We begin with what could be the biggest national security breach in Canada. Cameron Ortis, a civilian employee of the RCMP, was charged yesterday with leaking government information. Tonight, we're learning there is a wider international secret sharing syndicate. Ortis was the Director General of the RCMP's National Intelligence Coordination Centre. He had access to extremely sensitive information, and he's accused of trying to pass on Canadian secrets. Our Ottawa Bureau Chief Mercedes Stephenson has been digging into this. Mercedes, what do we know about how investigators found Ortis?
Well, it was actually somebody in American custody, Robin. This person has faced very serious criminal charges, and they have been convicted of those charges. And as they were about to be sentenced, they were given the opportunity to offer anything up to American authorities that might encourage them to give a deal. And what this person offered up was that somebody saying they were from the RCMP had approached them in 2015, offering this person criminal intelligence that Canadian police had about them in exchange for money. This person did not accept that intelligence offer, but they passed that information on in the hopes of reducing their sentence from American authorities. Well, the Americans then called Canada, and it was that information that eventually led to the arrest and charging of Mr. Ortis. And in this particular case, there was a number of suspects when they were first working through, and they had to go through and eliminate the suspects as they went, trying to figure out who exactly it was. But given that they knew what information had been offered to this individual, they were able to immediately identify who the people were who could have done that. Ultimately, of course, they arrested Mr. Ortis, and when they went into his home, they discovered information that should not have been there, such highly classified information that the people who seized it did not have the intelligence classification necessary to even look at it.
Okay, so what do we know about the intelligence in his possession and what he was trying to do with it?
So here's where it gets interesting, because it's a question of what's the motive in this. And in this particular case, I'm being told by a national security source that he was seen as an information broker. So they don't believe that there was a single source that he would have been selling to. For example, in some past national security leaks, it's been a case of people selling to a single state actor like Russia, or being hired by a single state actor like Russia and flipped. They believe that this was information brokering, and they don't know how much of it may have gone out or to whom, but that it was being done for money, particularly in that 2015 case, and it looked like he was gearing up again to sell in this year. We don't know who the intended recipient there would have been, but that's the concern, is that it makes it harder to identify now what they believe is where this intelligence could have been offered or sold.